today we're going to focus on the 1x2 brick. There is, these are almost always on the pick a brick wall, and they are fairly easy to get in, but it is very tempting to just squeeze as many of them in there as you can by scooping the cup up. And when you scoop the cup up, you're wasting a lot of space. So I have three main methods that I use, and the biggest determination of which one I'm going to use is based on how much time that I have. They do offer a nice alternative to just scooping, but they do take a little bit of time, and each one of those methods takes a little bit more time than the previous. Our first method, which is typically what I go for, it's the quickest thing to do, is just to make a tower of these 1x2s. And well, all of these methods are going to make a tower, but typically what I do is I just start with stacks of 10, and then I just make this entire piece is filled, and then I make stacks of 10 that are spares that I keep just handy, and I work with this until I can get it right inside and fit it in. And see, there's going to be some room, some spares around the edges, and I fill those by fitting these in on all sides just as tight as I can. Don't forget to fill this down here. The problem with this method, yes, it does take a little time. You are going to have some extra space around the sides because it does not feel quite as nice as some of the other methods that I have. But this is nice if I have tiles or other plates or other smaller pieces that I know I can fill and fit around and still get a nice solid chunk. The biggest tip that I can offer is to start with whatever the largest plate is and build up and off of that. Once you get about midway up through the stack, have another layer of large plates kind of offsetting them in whatever way that you find is best. And that way you can build off of it to go up towards the top. Don't forget to fill the top part of the cup. For our next example of one of my packing techniques for 1x2s is kind of like layers instead of building a true column from top to bottom inside the cup. So we take this apart just to show you. Inside I have those 1x2s that fit right inside the lid. So we've got those. You can do, I've seen people do individual layers of just 1x2s. This takes a lot more time, and these are very fragile, and they will fall and break apart. What I find is easiest is to make chunks about as wide as whatever plate you have access to on the wall. For this I had 4x6 yellow plates, and these were great because I made a disc that fit just inside the cup. And this does take a little trial and error, and I would count these off and show you what my numbers are that I have in here and how many put in, but it's just, it would be easier if you just kind of figured it out on your own, because each level is a little different. And see how I have this offset where this is one less than a full side here? Same thing on this side. Because of this, I can get even more bricks packed into a tighter area. See, same thing on this one. I have a little offset here that allows the disc, if you want to call this a disc, to slide even further and deeper into the cup and allow for more bricks to go in. And then I also have that whole anti-stud filled with 1x2s that are packed in as tight as I can get them. Okay, and for this last method, it is the most time consuming, yet you can get the most bricks in. So if you have an afternoon to kill and you want to go hang out at the Lego store and talk to employees and maybe just randomly help people that happen to be in, and you just have plenty of time to kill, the spiral method is probably your biggest bang for your buck, but it's going to take a long time, and if you have larger hands, it's going to be very difficult to reach down and place these inside the cup in the circular fashion that's required. I don't have an actual example of it right now for the video, but I do have these pictures that I've taken and posted to my Flickr account showing an example that I did probably a year or so ago, and I was able to get 713 1x2s into a single pick-a-brick cup. That is quite a lot, but it is, I just cannot stress this enough, extremely time consuming. And I don't know if you can tell this from the pictures or not, but it is just stacking them singly inside and in a spiral fashion as tight as you can get them, and you do it one layer built upon the next. It was just, there were multiple times in the process of stacking this cup that I got bumped, or someone bumped the counter and half of the stack fell in on itself. It was very frustrating. I think it took it probably took at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to do this stack, and I just usually don't have that kind of time to devote to just one cup. So I will use one of the other two methods, either the column method or the disc method, depending on if I want just 1x2s or if I want a lot of 1x2s and then possibly some other smaller pieces that are on the wall. Thank you for watching. Click down below to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button, as well as let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, or if you have a comment on a technique that maybe I should try, or maybe something else that you see on the regular on the wall that I haven't made a video for and you want to see what I think is the best way to pack that cup. Thanks for watching.